really like to have a cup of coffee every day, and I make it at home with my espresso machine or with my mocha pot. But even though I can make it at home, I still find myself looking for excuses to walk my dog so I can buy coffee from my local cafe. And it's probably because their coffee just tastes better. I kept thinking to myself, that there must be a better way to make this coffee at home and have it taste just as good. So I went online to look for coffee classes, and I found a pour over coffee class by the sister company of my local cafe. I took the class and I had a lot of fun. It was super hands-on, and I learned a lot about coffee brewing concepts. They also had all the things that I needed to make coffee at home, and so I bought them and they gave me a really good discount. Here's all the things that I got. I bought a kettle with temperature control. I bought a Kalita wave dripper, a scale, a coffee grinder. I was also able to buy some freshly roasted coffee beans from them. These are all the things that you'll need to be able to make better coffee at home. So I learned from the class that there are 4 major components that affect the taste of your pour-over coffee: the coarseness of the grind, the water temperature, how much water you use, and the pouring method. The coarseness of the grind is important because it affects the contact time of your coffee with the hot water. So the finer the grind, the more coffee granules come in contact with water, and that increases the extraction of your coffee. So your coffee tastes very acidic or sour if the grind is too fine, or it'll taste flat if the grind is too coarse. Water temperature is really important because the hotter the water is, the quicker the oils, or essentially the flavors, dissolve into your cup. Heat strips away oxygen, so your coffee will taste bitter if the water temperature is too high. Water temperature that is too low will make your coffee taste flat. The optimal water temperature for pour-over coffee is somewhere between 195 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit or 90 to 96 degrees Celsius. The ratio of water to coffee is used to determine how strong you want your coffee to be. It's an easy way to fine-tune flavors, as too little coffee gets you a diluted and watery cup, and too much water means that you'll have an overload of caffeine, which will lack the nuances of that special taste of coffee. Pouring technique all comes down to the consistency of your pours. The way that you do it is you start with a well in the center of the filter, and then you start to spiral outwards 3 to 5 rounds, and then you spiral back inwards 3 to 5 rounds within 10 to 15 seconds. Then you let the coffee kind of brew and percolate a little bit, and then you start pouring again, and then you do the same spiral technique. Proper technique will create a richer, cleaner, and more balanced flavor. When you first start, following a recipe that works is what we were advised by our instructor. A recipe essentially is how much grams of water, how many grams of coffee, how many times do you stop and let it brew and then start pouring again. And so I've put up the recipe that we use on the screen here. You're able to tweak that obviously to your own tastes, and eventually you'll be able to figure out how much and when you should start and stop. The recipe that I'm sharing with you is what was used by our instructor and based on his experience with the Kalita Wave. Do give it a try. If you like it, let me know what you think, and maybe drop a subscribe or a comment down below, and let me know if you've had a good time with this video.